So this we have discussed in our last class regarding the JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a client-side script validation, which will run the client side. Okay. So what is the syntax of the JavaScript? Function name. Inside this function, we will write our business logic, and where we will tell the system to execute this function, we have to register this function on controls. Every control have a event. For example, form is a control. On form, we have onload and onsave. So when the form load, if we need to trigger a JavaScript, we will register our function on onload. If we click on save, then we need to perform our business logic. Then we have to register our JavaScript function on onsave. Then we have the field. Let's say once we update any field value, then we need to trigger a JavaScript. Then we will register the function on the field control on change event. Okay, and these are the examples that we have discussed in last class. So what is that? So in account entity, when account name is added, then what I am doing, I am mapping this account name into description, right? So let's see. Here I have account name, description is something over here. You see, it's updated. So this is how it is doing with this function. This both functions are same, but here we are using xrm.page that is deprecated in Dynamics 365, but still it is supporting. When it deprecate, it won't work. So that's why what we are doing, we are using form context. Same code, instead of xrm.page, we are using form context. How this form context will read? Through the execution context, where this execution context needs to configure when registering the function. So there is a checkbox called pass execution context. We need to pass that execution context. So let's see demo solution. Account, form, main form, form properties. So if I go to on save event, we have this function that is register. We have to enable this execution context. From this execution context, we will read the form context. From form context, we will get or set the field values. Okay, this is the function. Another function what we have discussed, hide or show a asset location tab. On what basis? Ownership type basis, right? So account entity, details, industry type, ownership type is private, then asset location is hidden. Other than private, it will be visible. Right? So today we will see some more function. Now you know how to set a field value. Okay. So this what we are doing, we are getting some value and we are setting that value into some other field. What if you want to set a field value for the lookup type? So what we will do is, Okay, so if credit hold no, then we will disable this field. If credit hold is yes, then we will set some net 45 value. Okay, so first what we need to do, we need to write a function name set. What is that field? Payment terms. Where first thing what we need to do, we need to create a variable called form context, and we need to read this form context from this execution context that get form context. So now our form context is ready. So what we need to do, first we need to check this credit hold is yes or no, right? So what is the, how to get the value, where credit hold is equals to form context dot get attribute dot get value. So here in get attribute, we need to use this double quotes. Here we need to provide the schema name of this field. How to get this schema name? I will be using this guard mode credit on hold. So here we will get the selected value yes or no. Okay. So here yes means true, no means false. Okay. Let's see. All fields. See here. Ideally, its value is false, but formatted value display name is no. Okay, so we will not get yes or no. For yes we will get true, for no we will get no, false. Okay, so here I need to check if credit on hold is equals to true, means credit hold is yes, then we need to set the this value to net 60. Okay, so here I am retrieving the credit on hold. I am checking if it is true or false. True means yes, false means no. Okay, then if it is true, that is yes, then we need to set a field value. So to set a field value, we should not create any variable. Form context dot get attribute. Here what we need to provide, we need to provide in what, in which field we need to set a value. This is the one, payment terms code dot set value. What value we need to set? This one, net 60. So can you tell me, if I write like this net 60, will it work? It won't work. Okay. So make sure for option set, we need to pass the this option value. How to guess this option value? I'll be using the same level up again. So we have something called show option set values. This one, net 60. What is the value of net 60? 4. 4. Okay. Now I will copy this function, form properties. This is our script. I'll paste it here, copy this function name. Okay, so we'll write on something else here. If it is not true, then else what we will do, instead of setting it to net 60, we will set something else. What we will set, this this one 2 2 value we will set. Okay, now I will register this function on field change. What is that field? Credit hold. This is the script where my function is available. What is that function name? Okay. Okay. So I have enabled this execution context. Click OK. Then save and publish. Publish. Okay. It's published. So let's try. Refresh. So when I set to credit on hold to yes, you see, when I change to no, if it is yes, whatever the value that we are setting over here, that will set. If it is no, the respective value will be set. Clear?
Sir,
Yeah. In field values, if we want to set a field value in option set, we should not use the option set label name. We should use the option set value. Okay. Every option will have a value. We need to use that value to set. For normal fields like single line text, multiple line text, whole number, decimal number, we will set whatever we will get here. But here we should pass the value. And similarly, okay, I think we have this. So what we will do here, so on save of the account, if phone number contains data, then we will make this phone call, phone field to do not allow. Okay, here requirement is clear. So when saving the account, if that account have phone number, the account have phone number, email will make it do not allow. Okay, so here we are setting two options. So far we are setting a value in single line text field, then uh, option set field. Now we are setting a value in two options field. So the two option field also is a different function. Function name, set allow email. This is the syntax. The first line is common, then where phone. Form context start, get attribute dot get value. What value we need to check? Whether the account record have phone number or not. So where the phone number present? Here. So what is the logical name of this phone number? Click on logical names. This is the telephone one is the logical. Copy and paste it here. So in phone number field, we will get the value which is entered in this field. So now we need to check if phone number is not equals to null, which means it have data. Then what we need to do? We need to set allow field to allow email to do not allow, right? So form context dot get attribute. Since we are setting a field value, variable is not required. Get attribute dot set value. So what is the attribute we need to set? Do not do not email. Copy. What we need to set? If it is phone number contains data, phone number is not null, then we should not we should select allow email to do not allow this one. So it is a yes or no field, two option field. Okay, allow is yes, do not allow is no. Okay, so I need to disable. So what I will do? False. So I will write else condition. The else condition I will copy the same logic. Instead of false, I will write true. Now we'll test this. I have pasted the function. You see, we haven't passed this execution context in this function. When I want to register this on save. So form script function is it's onload, right? I need to select on save.
సార్ మీది వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్.
ఓకే, ఇప్పుడేనా ముందు ఫస్ట్ నుండి ఎట్లయింది?
ఎస్ సార్, ఒక 2 మినిట్స్ బ్యాక్ నుంచి అంతే.
ముందంతా బాగానే ఉంది సార్. ఫైన్.
బానే ఉంది, బానే ఉంది.
ఓకే, so let's see. Now it is published. I will refresh it. Here phone number contains data. Details, email should update to do not allow. When we register this, on save. When I click say on save, we'll do some change. Okay, let's refresh again. Email should update to do not allow. Okay, it's not working. Let's see. Okay. Uh, if something is not working in the JavaScript, we need to debug, right? What is debug? Why we need debug? To check the logic is executing correctly. How to debug the JavaScript? This is important. Okay. How to debug a JavaScript? First thing is click F12. Second, load web resource. Third, insert a debugger. Fourth, execute the event. Fifth, click F10 to check pipeline code.
సార్ స్క్రీన్ విజిబిలిటీ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
అందరికినా?
సార్ మీరు
లేదు
టైప్
సార్,
చేసేటప్పుడు
కనిపిస్తుంది.
అది అవ్వలేదు సార్, ఇప్పుడే అయింది సార్.
బానే కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
Okay, now let's see how to debug. These are the steps. First thing is click F12 in your browser. F12. It will open like this. Then load the web resource. How to load web resource? Use Control plus P. It's a shortcut. So I'm clicking on Control plus P. I will get this here. So what is the our JavaScript file name? Account script, right? Account. Is that form properties? Okay, what is the JavaScript name here? Account script. It's not loaded. Let me try to refresh it again. Control P. This is not. I'll just check whether language JavaScript. Everything is okay. Say publish. Excuse me. This is the account script. So second is we have loaded the web resource. Next, we need to insert a debugger. Where we need to insert a debugger? So I will insert a debugger in this function because I need to debug this function. Okay. Then execute the event. When this function will execute on save. So I'll click on save. You see it's triggered. Now what I'll do, I will click F10. It will go to next line. F10. So here form phone number. It will check the condition. Phone number is not equals to null. Yes. Then From context dot get attribute dot set value to false. Okay, it's set. You see, do not allow is updated. We have applied wrong condition. What we need to do is, if phone number contains data, then we need to set value to true. What is true? We'll see. We'll remove this. Click on this. All fields. Allow. Field name is do not. What is this field? Do not email. Do not email is true. Do not allow is true. Where we are setting do not allow true here. Else. Else means phone number contains data. Phone number is equals to null, then it is setting it to do not. Okay. Now you see here, phone number nothing, then the details email is do not allow. Where I will go and update phone number here. Save details allow. If I remove the phone number, save details do not allow. Okay. So the main thing is for option set to set a value, what we need to do, we need to use option label value. Label name, we should not use label name, we should use label value. For two option, to set a value, what we need to do, we need to use true for yes, false for clear so far. Any questions, let me know.
No, sir. Not clear.
Okay, so it is little different for uh, option set and two options, and for lookup also it is little different. So what we need to do, parent account. Okay, so what I will do is I will create an account called parent for all accounts. Now, as soon as account is saved, this one parent account should be set to parent for all account record. Okay, so when I click save, this field parent account field should auto populate with this lookup field, lookup data. Okay, so let's see. I will write another function set parent account execution context is form context is equals to execution context dot get form context. Now there is no condition, right? We are just setting a parent account field. So what I will do, form context dot get attribute dot first what I will show you, I will show you what lookup will give. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will just retrieve this primary contact ID, get attribute dot get value. So here copy this function, paste it here. On save, I will register this function account script. This is the function, copy, paste, publish. Okay, now I will show you a debug again. Control F5. F12, Control P, this one. First, I will show you this. Okay, and I will set the debugger here. So first function is executed. When I click F10. So here what I'm using, form context that get attribute name. This is the name. So when I hover here, you see A datum corporation test. A datum corporation test. So whatever it is entered over here, I am getting in a variable called account name, where I am storing this account name with this line code. So here what it is doing, It is getting attribute of name and it is getting the value from this field, and it is setting in this. Clear? Matches here. F10. Now this line, if you see here, this is executed. When I click F10, I have to use a variable. F10, you see here, get value. I will run this in console. Value of array of 0. Now you see here, we are getting three properties in one field. In account name, we got whatever that is entered over here, but in lookup I'm getting three properties. One is entity type, so what type of entity that lookup holds, that is contact entity. And what is the ID of that record? This is the ID of the record. And what is the name of the record? This is the name of the record. Okay. Similarly, to set a lookup value, we need to use this kind of properties. Okay. So shade you this one. Yeah, you see here what he's doing. Variable with name, entity name. So that is what we got here. Entity name, ID, name. Okay. And then what he's doing, he's setting this name to name, ID to ID, type to type. So here account manager field dot set field value, we need to pass like this. It's not simply set value of true or false, a option set value or single line value. We need to pass like this. Where this account manager field is there, account manager field here, account manager field, account manager field. So let me show you. Form context that get attribute of parent account ID, form context that get attribute parent contact ID, get value, we should not use this get value. Instead, we have to use set value. Here, we need to pass three properties. I'll just click enter over here. So you need to use this array. Copy. So then entity type is account. Record name is what record name we want to set. This is the record name. Let me copy this name. What is the record ID? We'll get this record ID at last. Copy. So what we are doing, form context dot get attribute. This attribute we are getting. In this attribute, we are setting a value. What value we are setting? A value of ID is this, a value of name this, a value of type from account entity. Okay. Now I will copy this function. Save, publish. Parent account doesn't contain data. Let me refresh. So what we have done is we have written a JavaScript to set parent account record as parent for all account. When this will execute, on click of save. You see, when I click save, the field value is set. When I remove, when I click save, it automatically set. Not only for this record, if I open any record here, account, there is no parent account. As soon as I click save, parent for all account record is set. How we have written this script over here. Okay. To set lookup, we need to pass these three properties. To set option set value, we need to use options label value, not label name. To set to option value, we have to set true for yes, false for no.